Ladies and gentlemen, a Rockstar Employee has leaked the next GTA Online DLC. What is this DLC and how credible is this information? Let's find out. In advance, sorry for quite a long video, but there's a lot of angles and information and I'd like to get everything out there. In the end, I'd like you to leave a comment if you think another DLC or even a set of DLCs is likely to come. A new leaker on the block has become more and more active and gained some notoriety amongst the community. He, or more likely she, popped up on Twitter and on GTA forums with a bunch of cryptic messages which were supposed to imply the next DLC. Now the more I sat down and thought about things, how it's all moving forward, the more I'm starting to believe that the Doomsday Heist was not the end or the last DLC, but actually exactly the middle. But let's not get ahead of ourselves, let me explain to you what all the commotion is about real quick. So a leaker who goes by the name of LegitLeaks has been active for quite a while, and a few days ago he tweeted a bunch of cryptic photos, and a day later the solution, which was... Also, for anyone who didn't catch the solution for hashtag Hunt for Blue April that I retweeted yesterday, I confirmed it was about the rogue Russian becoming American, portrayed by the Scottish actor Sean Connery in The Hunt for Red October. So a lot of people are speculating that the leaker is talking about a naval-based DLC. Like I said in my video, which I put out months ago, a likely DLC was going to be that naval-based DLC since we already had the air and land vehicles. Now this leaker is amplifying what I already felt like what was going to come. Even the aircraft carrier being the new base of operation and the submarine being an MOC I talked about. Now of course there was also talk about how Doomsday Heist is going to be the last DLC. Even I mentioned this was a possibility. But on the other hand, you'd have the fact that GTA is still creating a lot of revenue, and even with the release of Red Dead 2 closing in, GTA will probably still generate way more cash than Red Dead will. So more DLCs to keep the cash flowing is very much possible. All in all, people are getting really excited over this, and I still stand by my point. A naval-based DLC together with a Mansions DLCs is very likely still to come. Right now, we have a DLC that ties the last DLCs together quite nicely. I'm obviously talking about how Doomsday and Smuggler's Run and Gun Running all tie into the same sort of vibe and atmosphere. In a way, the narrative of GTA Online can be concluded with Doomsday Heist DLC. But a lot of new doors have opened up as well. So LegitLeaks talked about how Bogdan, the Russian submarine captain, will be a new contact for this future DLC. This to me makes a bunch of sense. His story did not feel completed yet. He got a big part and he just went away like that. A bad guy suddenly become good guy and then sailed off into the sunset. Nah, I feel like we're gonna see him again, together with Clifford even. So he's gonna be our new contact, the aircraft carrier, the base of operations, the submarine, the new MOC. Hell, just watch my naval-based DLC video if you'd like more information, because that basically sums up the entirety of what the leaker has been hinted at. Now, I was very vocal about this being the last DLC, but the way Rockstar set it up makes me a firm believer that more is to come. Let's take another step back and take another good hard look at GTA's narrative. So the way it's moving forward. So we had our criminal days, which eventually after a lot of DLCs led up to the normal heists as the big score. After that, we had the military DLC days, Smuggler's Run, Gun Running, which eventually led up to the Doomsday Heist DLC. So what I believe is we're going to get another set of DLCs, which eventually, later next year, will lead into another heist surrounding Bogdan, Lester, and probably Clifford again, since all these stories have not really concluded. This right now kind of seems like the business route Rockstar is following, which actually, story-wise and timeline-wise, makes a lot of sense. Also, of course, business-wise, because it will generate a lot of revenue. Now all of these above are my feelings, so let's take an actual look at the credibility of LegitLeaks. Now looking at someone's Twitter profile to see if he is indeed a legit Rockstar employee is not the best approach. I'm friends with a couple of Rockstar employees on my personal Facebook, and judging that, they're all a bunch of meme/cat lovers. Now all I'm saying is what he does and says is unprofessional on Twitter and on GTA forums, but that doesn't mean that he or she is not legit. But we still must take into account any one of us can create a very similar account and do some wild guessing. So instead of just speculating and blabbering, I just asked the two biggest leakers in the GTA community if he is a credible source of information. I asked Jan first, but he said he wasn't paying much attention to him, so he didn't know. FunMW2 said, no, I don't know him or her as he/she says, but her previous tweets aren't some lucky guesses. After Smuggler's Run was out, everyone thought the next DLC would be Hipsis Part 2. This guy tweeted to me on the release of Smuggler's Run that their Christmas present was anticipated by me for 4 to 3 years. He clearly knew Doomsday Heist update while we thought it was Hipsis Part 2. Now he's starting to get ridiculous trying to make use of the fame he's got, so I'm starting to doubt him. But I'll wait and see, unlike some people who already think he's fake. And by the way, I asked Fun if I could show these messages. So basically, Fun is echoing what my gut feeling said. He isn't just someone, he seems to know some things, but the fame is getting to him and he's saying and doing some weird stuff essentially. But that in the end doesn't mean he cannot be a Rockstar leaker. Now where things get a little bit weird for me, he's doing a pretty dangerous thing with pretty damn heavy consequences as well. I'm still under NDA with Rockstar for working with them 2 years ago, and what really stood out to me was how much they know what is going on in the community. Now there has been multiple leakers around, but they stay on anonymous boards like 4chan, and this guy is right there in the open, right in there in the sides of Rockstar. Making a Twitter profile and being this vocal about Rockstar's DLCs is, at least to me, well, quite strange. About a year ago, I wanted to make a video on what it was like working with Rockstar, and believe me, within the hour when I posted a tweet announcing that video, the Rockstar Ninja showed up at my door and really wanted to see if I didn't do anything that violated the NDA. And that is very fair, and on my part, probably a bad move. I showed Rockstar the video in the end, and they basically said, okay, well this is fine, you can upload it. But in the end, I didn't do it because of the weird circumstance it would create, and I'd rather keep it just professional. All I'm saying here is, they are very much aware of what happens on social media. Legit leaks must know this. So why take the enormous risk and post these leaks? Because it doesn't end at losing your job. You're gonna lose a whole lot more if Rockstar finds. I'm not saying they're gonna send a freaking hit squad after you, but it might set you back money-wise, just a tad. Of course, Rockstar would never terminate the account, because that would kind of confirm the statements Legit Leaks made, but still, I also pretty much asked Legit Leaks straight up in the DM some pretty forward questions where he could or could not indeed prove that he was a Rockstar employee, and up until now, he hasn't answered. Right now, he or she posted a few more pictures hinting at the hovercraft and the Presidente car. By the sounds of all of this is all going to be part of the Naval DLC. But enough talk about this. Again, sorry for quite a long video. Lots of information, lots of different angles for this one. Now I'm throwing the mic over to you in the comments. Tell me, is this DLC going to be the next one? Are we getting a DLC altogether? Hell, if you did enjoy, be sure to leave the video a like. I appreciate the living hell out of you. Thank you for watching, and peace out.